Hey y'all! Well, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing awesome this morning. Well, I'm doing a get ready with me. And so I've already got my moisturizer on. I've got my base on. Totally forgot my concealer, but I can do that later. I've got to where I'm not doing an eye primer. I used to like that. And I got my happy on. How are y'all doing? This isn't decaf. I know. But you want hyperactive people to eat things that make them hype up. Because then it hypes them down. Does that make any sense? I'm going to start off with this Milani Powder Blush in number 1 Romantic Rose. And I just feel like this is a dupe, if you will, of, okay, is there some special way to get into this? Yes, it's called Take Off the Plastic. This reminds me of my Rose Bronze from Chanel. I will tell you that. And, I don't have a pair of scissors in here. How did that happen? Remember that whole pink set that I bought? There. Luckily, it had a perforated edge. Okay. Because I was like, how do you get into this? There. That's how. Y'all, this is so pretty. And it's going to get messed up. Because look, it's 3D. Do you see that? But once you start using it, you know, it isn't going to happen. So I'm going to use this like a bronzer blush. So I'm going to swirl this around. I have no idea of the fallout. So I'm just going to swirl it out over here. And pull the dog hair off. Tap out. And I'm just going to do right back here. Let's see how it does. Then I'm going to round it out a little and back here. That's pretty. It's pretty. I'm going to go up back onto the temple. I feel like it's not much color, but, you know, you want something that's buildable. And I am under extremely bright lights. Sometimes, y'all, I'm, like, done with these lights. And I get out in the real world and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I need to tone it down. And so I'm just going around my temple and hairline with color so that I have some dimension to my face. This is fun because you feel like you're just, for one thing, it's a nice large pen size, diameter-wise. And it just feels like you're, I don't know, doing more. It's more fun. While I'm at it, I'm going to try a different blush brush. This is my Chanel number 4. And let's just see if it, because this is it looks like it's the color of my Chanel. I always put a little bit of blush on the bridge of my nose, so it looks like I got a little bit of sun on my nose. And remember, we're going to do the little beardy rounding out here. And cut in a little. My earring. It's going to hit my earring and then down. I don't think that's probably it for right there. I'm going to rosy out my cheek a little bit more. I feel like I'm having to do a lot of passes, but I do like that it's buildable, to be honest, because then I can kind of reassess it and see how much I need. But I do feel like I'm getting good coverage, y'all. Oh, I didn't cut in on this side. When I say cut in, I mean under your chin and then down. Make sure you blend down or you'll have this little pink line on the edge of your chin. Really getting the under the chin area to really shadow that out and the ball. Just because I have a large chin, I kind of, just the edge of it, I kind of brush it out. Again, go down in the back and just make sure that you blended it out. First impressions, I like it. It's buildable. So it has pigment, but it's a little hard to get it there. It's buildable though, and that's good too. You want it to be buildable. Okay. So now I'm going to use the CoverGirl True Naked Goldens. This is a perfect warm palette, perfection. Comes with a little sponge applicator. We may use that at some point. But I'm going to start out with the light color highlight, of course, over here, and it is kind of a matte sateen. It's trying to be matte. A good bit of fallout, but that's all right. That's all right. You know what? There's less fallout on these drugstore brands sometimes than there are on the real medium. Not high-end, but I don't know. I say not high-end. Like Tarte and Too Faced and Benefit. They're actually pretty expensive, especially Too Faced. That last palette kind of ticked me off. $60 for that palette. I don't know. It was a lot of colors. It was a lot of colors, so I got to take that back. Got to take that back. That's a lot of, I forgot how many it was, but it was a lot. But I just remember it had a lot of fallout, and it didn't have a lot of pigment. Now, I am going to go over my lid and just kind of get a base down. The reason you put a base down of color wash, you don't really have to, but whatever color comes after it, that's why you're using your lightest color. It makes it go on smooth. It's not splotchy because it's not grabbing anywhere on your skin. So that's why you do it. I always thought, well, but isn't, oh, and I'm using E50 fluffy brush, and I'm going with this. There is a good bit of fallout. Of course, I'm mashing pretty hard. I'm going with the third color from the light side to get me a, I wish I had a mirror, but I guess that's an extra expense. But this is going to be my neutral backdrop that I'm doing from the brow bone down to the crease. And it's good coverage. So you don't have to go super high end. You can, the drugstore brands are fine. Just sometimes you like to splurge. Okay, how's that look? I like it. All right, now I'm going to give myself some depth in the crease by using, let's see. Do I want to use this? Do I want to get the doggy hair off the tip end of that? Can y'all believe that? They're everywhere. I am going to use this kind of dark green today. Maybe I'll mix it with the dark green right here with the dark color. I don't know what you call it. It's almost got some olive. This is, the warms are more olivey in this palette. I wish I'd actually had one more shade of a darker brown in this palette. That's what would have made this better. But it's oriented to green. So this would be great for my eyes. Usually if you want to make green eyes pop, then you use purple. But if you want to have like a natural warm look, you use earthy greens, like brown and yellow greens. And so these are perfect for my eyes because this is the color. This is the color of my eyes. It's a hazel green. So it's actually good to use this. On the back end of it, I'm adding a little bit of that dark brown just to get some depth. If you hear the doggies barking in the background, it's because the little children are headed off to the bus. And they're walking by. And this is something the doggies look forward to every single day. Okay, now we need, I think I'm going to use a pencil brush actually. And I'm going to take that green, I think, and I'm just going to really load this brush with it. Can you see? I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get fallout on my shirt. I'm going to use this dark olive green. And I'm going to use that under my eye. And I'm going to lean out because when you have fallout, you don't want it to be on your cheeks. So if you could really have your face kind of hanging in the air, that is best. Now there is just a dusting of color, as you can see. I'm not doing my dark tone right now. I wanted a little background. I want to get some green. I don't always do this. Matter of fact, I rarely do this. To where I do a wide sweep of color and then come back and do kind of a dark liner look. And kind of reinforce my outer V in this dark green. And I'm actually coming in there. Now I'm going to get my shader, my short shader. Where is it? Where is it? I just had it. There it is. Little short shaders are great for liners, y'all. I am going to use my spit. Some people be like, ugh. I don't share with anybody. And there's bacteria all over everything anyway. So I'm going to use this dark brown. And I'm going to kind of reinforce right over just from the outer V to mid-eye, about to the center of the iris. To kind of make it dark just right there. Both sides. And then I'm going to stamp it out a little bit on the lash line. Just a little bit. Just make sure it's not so whitey looking there. Alright, and we'll go ahead and, am I going to try a brow part? No, I'm not going to use powder today. I would use that color for powder. But we're going to try a new brow product today. So what do I need to do? I need to blendy blend. Where's my blender? There it is. So I'm going to blend off the front side first because it's, you don't want to get it all over this front end, and then just a little sweep and blending out the edges. You don't want to get rid of the colors you just laid down, so you're just getting rid of the line and blending out the edge. You know, just kind of knocking off that line. I use the back part of my hand to just make sure it doesn't go too far. I got a little bit too much in the crease there. Okay. I feel like my eyes need to wake up, y'all. But I haven't put on lipstick and all that sort of stuff yet. So right now it's looking kind of bleak. I don't know. Once I get mascara on, this will not wash me out. And also adding this black liner. This is the IT Cosmetics No Tug Gel Liner. And that is the first time I've ever said that fast. I'm very proud of myself. Then also I'm using what I'm coming to love. Like, I'm going to order more of these. This is the M Cosmetics eyeliner. And it's almost exactly, y'all. It's almost exactly like the DHC. I need to double check the prices on them because seriously, I almost think I like this better. Y'all never thought you'd see that day. I'm going to connect this down here and fill back in a little bit to get my little wing. Kind of make it a little short wing, but a wing nonetheless. And I'm going to come in almost all the way, but not all the way. Oops. I got a broken eyelash there. There we go.